Beside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time now for our tale of the tape. Alexander. This bout, what a pleasure to be. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Just see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Todd. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. And right back into the fray.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Exchange punches. Swing and a miss with that left hook. Where did that come from? Down they go. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once, you got away with it. You can do it again.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or is it a bit of a mousetrap?
One of the best rounds I've seen this year. The perfect counter lands. Nice counter. Caution is being thrown to the wind. They blocked the left there. Perfect counter lands. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Come on. You let him back into the fight.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Good work out there.
Come on, switch on, get your boxing back together, and put him back in his...
Great work. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Great.
Get out there, and let's reset. Forget about the round. It's a bad round.
On to the second round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Just missed with that hook. Nice counter shot. Insane action. punch and shoot. He misses with that jab. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. He parries that right jab away. There's a counter shot.
Not a lot of defense here at all. When are we going to see a jab from these two?
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. Will get knocked out.
Is he going to punch himself out, though?
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Come on, you let him back in. You're better than that, kid.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good?
On to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
So much for boxing. This is a fight.
Both men step back for just a moment. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
You don't want to trade shots.
We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin's standing up to that shot.
I've got to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come to me.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Hard, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? He threw the hook, didn't land. That jab doesn't find a home. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's see how the game... Here we go to the fourth round. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws. And did you see that? Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Beautiful counter shot. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Tough to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Only catching air with that hook. A swing and a miss with that jab. Good arm positioning, blocking that hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. An eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen this.
On to the fifth we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Good counter punching. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Got out of the way of that right hook. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
That...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are right.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to... Let's start the 6th. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
That counter punch caught him clean. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Missing with the hook. Incredible work rate. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Only catching air with that hook. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Nobody home with that hook. The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. These two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on. Here we go. It's round 7. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Holding nothing back here in the round. And he fails to score with that left hook. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you've cheated, now we're going to find out.
And he fails to score with that left hook. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Did well to block that right hook. That big hook doesn't land. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
It's when you talk about championship material.
Better than that guy. You're much.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
His stamina is off the charts. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just missed with that hook. Swing and a miss with the hook.
His stamina is off the charts.
There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. Did you see that? Who would have thought Ali? And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
Where did that come?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.
Skies and binoculars, 2 nights live singing by the opera house, but not in it, just by it, someone alongside it, a long silence, a strong, vibrant, meditative song of guidance designed to raise eyelids sublime and save the silence with warm regards and age kindness for today's climate. In the vein of gang violence meets the gang's demise, and it bangs. Rises like wings on a plane, plus a pilot who can fly into the eye. Hurricane, Irish stylish. Same shoe in different sizes, with evidences of the mileage and the growth. Top hats and coats, tuxedos and throats where the bow ties post. Folks look past the lower class blower of the notes and tell unspoke jokes as they approach what she'll never be inside. But she holds, yeah, really need, very beautifully, very rated. Little battle rise for you, little battle ride, really need, very beautifully, a little rated. What's up? Little battle rise for you. So come on through. The unamplified, fantasized land of the soon-to-be fans of the samurai. Smile wide, got the panorama camera vibe. If you analyze, she's a one-woman gala, glamorized, just without the glamour or the gala ties. Man, I'm more alive with the jazz guys, eating piano pies at the Vanguard. She's an artist and staff. A couple dollars in the band job as a half a turkey Sam, organic and it's hand carved and art. If you ask for a piece, freshly laugh for singing jazz in the streets, and the staff asked for police. Crashed at a friend's flat for a week. Felt his home as a raft on the beach. Lit a fag, took a drag, took a tea. Read a book, took a bath, went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Very beautifully, very beautifully. Little battle rise for you.
What a night we expect it to be. Sugar Ray. This bout is one of the hottest. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. They're both trying for a knockout. Nice straight. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You just see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Fantastic punch. Nice counter. Nice counter shot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
The flat for the fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Punch, counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's tell talking about Robinson in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
Bad round, but we don't care.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The right hook just missed. You've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class. It sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. That hook just can't find the target. He missed with that jab. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
We wanted action, and they are giving us action. When are we going to see a jab from these two? We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
We'll go again. Get your mind back, get your focus back, get the jab.
Start sticking in a few body shots in there. Bury it up a little bit so we can't figure you out.
Give him anything, all right? Now go back out there and win this round. You only lost one round.
On to the third. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The straight right just misses. We hear that old phrase, second wind. You've got to find it somehow.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. Good-looking hook, but it was blocked. scores with the counter. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just avoids the left uppercut. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Throws the jab, but does not score. Punch, counter punch. Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Take a round off and win the round on your jab.
Back at it in round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. The straight right just misses. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. And now they're right back into the fray.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What are they going to do? What are they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Punch, counter punch. Do you believe what we're seeing? That punch lands. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Had a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Holding nothing back here in the round. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecard's going to need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Come on, back up.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? You were thinking.
Back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better.
But don't forget.
On to the fifth we go. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
And Sugar is in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nobody home with that hook. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You'd like to see more jabs. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Robinson hit hard and he may be ready to go. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
That punch scores. His stamina is off the charts. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Swing and a miss with the hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Stamina is always an issue. There's the bell to start round 6. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. Then you get in there.
Oh, and a shot from the heavens sends him to the canvas. He knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
I need to see...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your ball.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Nope, that hook won't score. He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
His stamina is off the charts. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Every time he throws a punch. Robin! I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.